Can you imagine a scenario where the world's most powerful superpower, the United States, could be defeated by a country that it has been sanctioning for decades? This may sound unbelievable, but according to game theory expert Professor Sine, it is a possibility that should not be ignored. Interestingly, two of his previous predictions related to global politics have already come true. Now the world is waiting to see whether his third and most controversial prediction will also become reality. This is not just another conspiracy theory circulating on the internet. It is a warning based on geopolitical analysis and strategic reasoning. According to this prediction, if certain events unfold the way some analysts expect, the global financial system could face an enormous shock. In fact, some experts believe that within a short period of time, the current balance of global power could shift dramatically. To understand this situation, we first need to examine where Iran stands today. According to several analysts, Iran has not been preparing for conflict for just a few years. Instead, it has been gradually building its strategy, capabilities, and alliances for decades. For many policymakers in Iran, this long-term preparation has always been about maintaining strategic deterrence against powerful adversaries. One of the key aspects of Iran's strategy has been the use of indirect influence through allied groups across different regions. Rather than relying solely on direct confrontation, Iran has often focused on strengthening networks that can create pressure in multiple locations at the same time. This approach makes any potential conflict far more complex than a traditional war between two nations. Another important factor is how the nature of warfare itself has changed in the modern era. In the past, military power was mainly measured by the size of armies, the sophistication of expensive weapon systems, and the scale of military technology. But in the 21st century, warfare is evolving rapidly. Today, relatively inexpensive technologies can challenge extremely costly defense systems. One of the most discussed examples of this shift is the growing role of drone technology. Small and low-cost drones are increasingly becoming important tools in modern warfare. These drones can travel long distances, operate with relatively simple systems, and sometimes bypass sophisticated defense networks. This creates a major strategic dilemma. In some situations, a low-cost drone may require a very expensive missile system to intercept it. As a result, the economic cost of defense becomes extremely high compared to the cost of the attacking technology. Over time, this imbalance can place serious pressure on even the most advanced military forces. Beyond military technology, analysts also point to the importance of global energy routes and infrastructure. The Middle East remains one of the most critical regions for global energy supply. Any disruption in this region can have major consequences for international markets, energy prices, and economic stability around the world. For example, if shipping routes or energy infrastructure were ever significantly disrupted, the impact would not be limited to one region. It could quickly affect supply chains, financial markets, and economic systems across the globe. History also shows that military conflicts rarely remain confined to their original boundaries. Even limited confrontations can escalate into wider geopolitical crises if multiple regional and international interests become involved. Another important lesson from history is that air power alone has rarely been enough to change the political structure of a country. While air operations can weaken military capabilities, long-term political outcomes often depend on far more complicated factors, including diplomacy, regional alliances, and internal stability. At the same time, international decisions are not always driven purely by military calculations. Political pressures, economic interests, and strategic alliances frequently influence how governments respond to global events. Because of this, conflicts can sometimes develop in ways that analysts did not initially expect. The world today is also experiencing a gradual shift in global power dynamics. Some experts believe that the international system may be moving toward a multipolar world, where several major powers share influence instead of a single dominant superpower. If such a transition occurs, it could reshape global politics, economics, and security structures for decades to come. Nations around the world would need to adapt to a new balance of power and new forms of competition. For now, these ideas remain predictions and analyses rather than confirmed realities. However, they highlight how rapidly global politics can evolve and how complex modern geopolitical challenges have become. The biggest question that remains is what the future will actually hold.